Hey YouTube, what up? So when we often talking about, dating amongst the skin tones and, you know, that sort of a thing, usually we kind of tend to concentrate on how, you know, dark skin, brown skin, black men, elevate and gas up light skin black and biracial black women, right? And there's definitely some truth in that. But I kind of wanted to flip that around a little bit and, deal with another aspect of that, which I think is something that isn't touched on as much as it should be. I think sometimes it goes over people's heads, right? But the light skinned biracial female often makes the brown skinned, dark skinned male feel special and valuable. Think about it for a minute. You know, Oftentimes, these females, light skinned biracial females will, go crazy over like their, the brown skin, dark skin man's skin tone, right? And refer to it in like a really positive way, which, you know, if you are a brown skin, dark skinned man, perhaps dealing with colorism of some sort, you know, it's not out of the realm to think that okay, there's a self-esteem issue here, because as we know, colorism affects light-skinned people's identity or sense of identity, and dark-skinned people's self-esteem. So when you're receiving this self-esteem boost from this light-skinned, biracial, non-black adjacent woman, it's like, hey, you know, that's what's up, because I don't think the brown skin, dark skin black women are hyping up the brown skin, dark skin men or men like the light skinned women are. One, because she kind of has those features, so she might not be so impressed by them, for lack of a better word, or so captivated by them. Even though I do hear some of these women who are brown skinned and dark skinned, hyping up these dudes too, based on the skin tone, you know. So he's loving like this upliftment that he's receiving from light skinned, biracial, non black adjacent women, you know, um, as we all, would like to, receive upliftment, I don't think that's a bad thing to want. Um, but yeah, so he's kind of liking it and feeding off of it. And also, something to think about. Him being with her and people knowing that that is his woman, his wife, baby mama, what have you, that's sort of ups like um, the self-esteem too, you know, and even contributes to like a big head, having, being a bit arrogant to an extent, because I think a lot of these relationships, not all, but some of these like relationships tend to be a little partially for show. Like they want a good look, and sometimes they feel like having a light skinned woman, biracial woman, on their arms or on their arm is a good look. One, because of the media, we all know the agenda. You can't see a black movie or television show that don't have a light skinned female, dark skinned male couple in it, really. You know. And I think some brown skinned, dark skinned men may feel like them being with a brown skinned, dark skinned woman, may not have the same, appeal to people. It may not look as nice, you know. And he may even feel like it's like a knock against him. I think we all have heard of like that brown skinned, dark skinned dude saying like, "Oh, she's too dark for me," you know, like she too dark. You know, and I think what partially plays in his mind is people's perception. Like, oh, two dark-skinned people together. Oh, that's weird. Like, oh, that's not a good look. Even though that's not true. That ain't true. I think, two dark-skinned people together is a great look. As long as they both look good, it's a good look. It wouldn't be a good look if they were both ugly or busted, but you know what I mean. The good look isn't dependent upon skin tone. All right. Actually have an ex coworker who kind of seemed like she was on the way to being like a swirler type, but she actually ended up with a brown skinned man, and she's brown skinned herself. Like they're both like brown, dark skin, and I kind of think they make a nice couple. And I have seen two brown skinned folks one time like came into this place I was working at. I was like, oh, that's a nice look. I have, like, oh, that's what's up. Two brown skin, dark skin folks together. That's what's up. Yeah. But I think, the brown skin, dark skin men may feel like, this light skin chick ups their stock, or, makes them look better, and especially, light skin and biracial women having non-black adjacency helps too, because it's convenient for them because they can play on both of those aspects. They can take the non-black having an access to the exotic without stepping outside of the community, right? And black these dark skinned brown skinned black men do lead the charge on saying what's a black woman, well, what's a black person, black folks in general, but in this case what a black woman is, right? You notice they were the ones pushing that if your dad is black, you black type shit. Yeah. So that they could have better access to these women, you know, without having to deal with the backlash from brown skin, dark skin black women. Yeah. But yeah, I think for these colorist ones, these colorist dudes, the light skinned women are able to give them a certain feeling of self worth and value that the brown skinned, dark skinned women can't give him. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Feel free to comment. Really appreciate the comments. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.